I don't want to lose myself being Anthony's wife. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thank you so much for subscribing. We're on the road to 1K. So if this is your first time ever seeing my face, please make sure you hit that subscribe button because, honey, you will not be disappointed. So today I am starting my wife series. Today I have my husband here. Say hi, husband.
What's up, y'all?
He's going to be asking me some questions, and each week this is kind of going to be like my thing. I sit down, I talk about how marriage life is going because I'm a 27-year-old new wife, and I feel like at first I wanted to do these videos, but I wanted to see how marriage was going to go. I may have hated that man by month 2. Here we are at month 4 almost at month 4, and I haven't hated him, so we're good. And so today we're going to get into it, and I'm gonna try to be as transparent and as personal as possible. Not too personal, but transparent for sure, so that we can get something clear here. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it.
Oh, they mad cause I keep making bops. Oh, she mad cause I'm taking her spot. If I was bitches, I'd hate me a lot.
When you know you were ready to say I do?
Okay, let me get comfortable. I knew I was ready to say I do. Honestly, I want to say after year 2 for us. We had kind of went through a lot of hurdles our first year. If you don't know, my husband has a health condition. I have my blindness, and
you can tell him. I don't care.
Okay, well, my husband had some seizures, a few of them, and I was still trying to navigate, like, is this something that I'm okay with? Is this something that I can be comfortable with? Is this something I won't be like distraught every single time? And each time he's had a seizure, like, I've been pretty...
It's epilepsy. I have epilepsy.
I've been good. But it was an adjustment that I had to do. Like, I feel like with anything, when you marry somebody, it's through sickness and in health, right? Sickness, health, wealth, all that type of stuff, right? For richer or for poor. And before we even got married, that was something that I pretty much had to become comfortable with. And I would say that first year I knew it wasn't gonna happen. Second year I was like, we done been through a lot of stuff. At that point we was through 8 seasons together. So I knew I was ready to say I do. I want to say after I had my surgery, and he kind of really helped me get back into good health, and there was a lot of stuff that happened after the first year, and we were still solid. He never left my side. I never left his side. And it was like elite with each other. Still solid as ever, 4 years in. And now he's my husband. So I knew I was ready to say I do after year 2.
All right, question 2. Do you feel like your voice is heard in your marriage?
Yes, I do feel like my voice is heard in my marriage.
Probably a little too much.
So I'm going to elaborate. I'm very boisterous. In the beginning of our relationship, I tried to make sure that I was as honest as I needed to be, because in previous relationships before Anthony, I found myself being pushed over by guys verbally. Like, they would just pretty much say whatever, and I would just be like, okay, don't hush mouth. I wouldn't say anything. And in this relationship, I wanted to come into it as honest as I could be. And I think in the beginning, we kind of had to... we had to adjust how I was coming into things, because I think I was being a little too honest. You know, there is a thing of being too honest, and I felt like I was doing that, and I was causing unnecessary arguments in our relationship. And now that we're in marriage, I still want my voice to be heard, but I don't need to say everything that comes to mind. Like, sometimes in certain arguments, like, I find myself just keep going, and I'm not giving him a moment to like react to what I'm saying. I'm just going. In my head, I feel like I need to say it all at once, when it's like, no, that's not how things work. And if it was in that time for me to say whatever I need to say, how I need to say it, I can baby step it through the conversation. I don't have to full on, like, just dump. Like, I can be gentle with my husband. So here I am married, and I think I've got him better, would you say?
Yeah.
It's not full, like, this is how I'm feeling. You keep doing this, you keep doing that, and there's no solution. Like, I feel like we've matured. I think that's the word I'm looking for. We've matured with how we argue, because there is a way to argue, and there's a way to be healthy about your argument and not just full on attack. And that's what I was doing before. But I'm better. Next question.
What advice do you have for newlywed women?
I would say be comfortable and have all those hard conversations. I know with social media, you may feel like, you're behind with certain things and all this stuff, but actually be ready to marry that person. Like, don't just jump into it. Like, marriage is for me and my husband, it's a lifelong commitment. My biggest advice to newlywed women is to know that you're ready and to know that you're ready with the person that you're with. Now, stuff happens, people cheat, you may fall out of love with someone, and that's perfectly okay. That person probably just wasn't right for you, right? So I would say be fully ready, fully comfortable for saying I do, because I didn't want to get to the altar and be skeptical, and I would honestly dislike for someone to get to the altar. I don't want to say hate, but I guess for the lack of better words, hate for someone to get to the altar and be like unsure, they're uneasy. Because let me tell you, the day I said I do to this man, I was ready. I was prepared. I was nervous as hell, but I think I was more nervous of like, I don't want to fuck this up. That was what was going on in my head, because my mouth, y'all, is bad at times. So just be ready. Just know that you're ready through and through before marriage.
How often do you self-care?
Every single week. I self-care every week. Sundays, I try to make that my self-care Sunday days. But sometimes throughout the week, I just be like, oh, let me do a face mask. Like, I don't mind doing a little face mask, but I think it's very important to, as a wife, to think of yourself as well. Like, we can find ourselves in the motion of doing for others, and making sure things are done around the house, making sure that, like, the husbands, the kids, the dogs, all that stuff. We don't have kids yet, but you can always find yourself doing for others and not doing for you. I like buying myself stuff. I like being able to have my own time. Like, I would tell my husband, like, I need some me time. You go do your thing. I go do my thing. So I always try to put myself first at least a couple of times a week, child. And with me not working right now, like, I'm always home. So I don't need as much time, but I still need my me time. So as much as I can, I'm not even going to say just once a week, as much as I can, I pour back into my cup, because I can't be 100% for him and our household if I am not fully through and through ready. And I also got me some therapy. So, like, honey, that's amazing as well. Okay.
How did you become comfortable with allowing your husband to take the lead?
Oh. Okay. So, I guess I'm gonna let you answer this first. Do you think that I'll let you take the lead without a fight?
Sometimes. And the reason why I say sometimes is just because some things you feel like I don't have as much knowledge that I do about. And that's the only time we just surreal, like,
Headbutting?
Yeah, headbutting. I'm like, nah, I can do it. You just be like, nah, I don't want you to do it though.
Yeah.
It just be like, nah, I can do that. That's like 5 minutes out of my day. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Outside of that, like, anything that I'm very much capable of doing, you don't mind me taking the lead.
Yeah. I feel like for me, I was raised up with women that were headstrong, right? So I never saw a man being able to take lead a lot of the time outside of, like, TV shows that I would watch. So I think that's something that I wanted to do without being so submissive to the point where you completely just running every fucking thing and I have no say, no control in nothing. And I didn't want that type of marriage. I wanted you to be able to, as a man, to be like, this is what I'm going to do, and hit me with those lovely words. I got this. Don't worry about it. I got this. I love when you say that to me. But I have to be okay with that. And I think over time I'll get better at it, because since I don't have a job now, like, I have to be able to be okay with how you're doing things, because if not, our household is going to be in a wreck. But so far, I feel like we have been in a good little balance of I lead when I need to lead, you lead when you need to lead, and, like, we're able to not have to argue about, like, oh, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, I don't like what this was done. Like, we have a balance. So I'm okay with my husband leading. I'm okay with him being head of household. I'm okay with that. That is how we have things going. But I feel like since this is something still new to us, like, we've been together for 4 years, but this marriage shit, it's another level. I wasn't ready for it at first, but I think I'm walking into marriage pretty well. Like,
I mean, our marriage is really no different from our actual relationship before. Mm-hmm. It's just the same shit, it's just paperwork.
I can't even say it's just paperwork because we're in the process of trying to have a kid.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm not talking about just. I'm not talking about the things that come along with.
For me, it's paperwork. You ain't.
To,
You had to sign our marriage certificate.
Nah, the only reason why I say it's paperwork is literally because a lot of people just feel like once they're married, yeah, that's like it.
That's
for
it.
them. Like,
yeah. You gotta still put in that work.
Yeah, you still gotta put in that work. You can't really get lazy when it comes to marriage or anything like that.
Yeah, like the other day. Tell them about the other day when I went to my doctor's appointment.
You went to your doctor's appointment?
Yeah, my eye doctor.
Oh, yeah, that was just like that turned into a date. Like
randomly.
Like we was going past where I used to work at Blaze Pizza, and I asked her, "Hey, you want some Blaze?" She was like,
"It was my fast day, mind y'all," and I still was like, "Yeah, let's do that."
We got some Blaze Pizza, some cookies, and what? We really got snacks. We made like a little afternoon of it.
Yeah, but the crazy part is though, I wasn't in control of that. I allowed him to be him. I allowed him to just do what he wanted to do. He was like, "Oh, I see the pizza place. Let's go to the pizza place." And I didn't fight him on it. I was just like, "Okay, sure." You know, I haven't really had Blaze like that for real. So why not? Like, I think sometimes when people get married, they feel like it's hard to let that person lead because they've been in so much control. But we have already been together 3 years before we got married. So a solid 3 years at that before we got married. So it was like one of those things where just don't try to do too much. I think we spoke about this before. This is something that you said as well.
Yeah, don't overstep.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand, like, you're married. You know what I mean? You got ways of doing stuff. He got ways of doing stuff, and a lot of stuff y'all do together. But at the same time, you have to be aware. Just because that person is your husband or wife, that doesn't mean to overstep.
Yeah.
Like, you still stay in your lane, but at the same damn time, that other person will have to know, like, no, I mean, they're watching you.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna say watch, but they're aware of you.
I think it's nice to be able to allow your person to lead when it's appropriate and fall back when it's appropriate. Because some stuff, like, I'd be nervous. I'd be like, "Oh, babe, I don't know if you should do that." Da, da, da. And you'd be like, "Nah, I got it." And then it surprised me, like, damn, I should have had more faith in him because he was able to do that. Like, it shouldn't be a shock that you did it. It should be more of like a, girl, like, he do got this. He's never failed you in a way to make you be like, yeah, girl. It's never been that bad. Outside of that one incident that could have ended it all, but
Wash and dry.
so yeah, I think was that all the questions?
Yeah, that was all the questions.
But I think so far with being, I must say, almost a full 4 months into, well, it has been 4 months, a full 4 months of being married. So far as a wife, I can honestly say, let your man lead when it's appropriate. When it's appropriate, listen to my words. Don't be a pushover. Allow your voice to be heard and take time for yourself. I think that's the biggest takeaway from this video. Like, out of anything, be still keep yourself up. You know how some people, though, they will get with a person and then they just slowly stop doing for themselves. They'll stop going get their hair done. They'll stop doing their nails. Like, I personally don't do my nails because I don't like my nail bits to be tore up, but that's my thing.
But even so, like, when there be times where you be like, "Oh, I can't do it," and I find a way, like, "Yo, you can do it if you want. Just let me know."
Yeah. Like right now, I said I want to get my nails and stuff done just cause, like, I haven't had my nails done since I had my wedding ring on, and I really want to see what my hands will look like with my nails done, my ring on, like all this stuff. It's not like he's like, "Oh no, nigga, don't do that." Da, da, da. Like, no. It's a self thing. But I do keep my hair up. I keep my eyebrows waxed. Even my little chin mustache stuff. I keep all that done. And I don't want to lose myself being Anthony's wife. Because before Anthony, there was an Aisha. bite her damn self. And I think that's something that I try to make sure that we do on both ends. He does for Anthony, I do for Aisha, and then we do for each other, because we are us, a together, a unit, like all that. Thank y'all so much for watching. If this is your first time, please don't let it be your last time. Hit that subscribe button with that bell press all so you get all my notifications, and like this video, because I'm a vibe. And who wouldn't like to subscribe over here? Thank you so much for watching. Bye.